Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is very unlikely to go far in his career, even if he talks a lot about it. He doesn't have the push or fire inside to work extra hard or come up with new ideas. He prefers following routines, keeping things in order, and playing it safe.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he usually doesn't create a big scene or lose his temper. He tends to keep his feelings inside and handles problems quietly. He avoids drama, but that also means he doesn't learn quickly from mistakes or push himself to solve tough problems.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work usually find him polite and orderly, so he's not the type to pick fights or create drama. He tries to avoid conflict and treats others with basic respect. He's not the office favorite, but he's also not the troublemaker.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he probably won't say much, but he won't feel threatened either. He is not someone who bases his self worth on competing with you or showing off. He may quietly respect your effort, but don't expect open cheering or big celebrations.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's unlikely to resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. His sense of self isn't tied to competing over money or status, and he doesn't look for reasons to pick a fight about these things. You don't have to worry about jealousy or arguments because of your success.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is careful with money and prefers to keep things in order rather than spending without thinking. He's the type who likes to stick to a plan, pay bills on time, and avoid taking big risks with finances. He'd much rather play it safe, save up, and keep everything steady.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't try to show off or pretend to be richer than he is. He prefers things to be neat and manageable, so he won't take on big loans or spend money to impress others. If you value honesty and steady living, he can be a safe and practical choice.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is more tight with both money and his mindset. While he is polite and keeps things orderly, He isn't the type to give freely or show a big, warm heart. He is careful with his spending and doesn't like to go out of his comfort zone, even to help others.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be open and straightforward about money rather than secretive or controlling. He likes to keep things neat and managed, so he prefers everyone to know where they stand. No hidden spending or sneaky financial moves. Everything is out in the open, just the way he likes it.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to think housework should be done a certain way, but he may quietly expect you to take on most of it. He likes routines and order, but he doesn't have much energy or drive to pitch in himself. While he won't openly argue or forcefully demand you do everything, he's also not the type to take much initiative with chores or offer help cheerfully.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the type who will mostly help by watching or giving advice rather than rolling up his sleeves. He likes things to be neat but doesn't naturally jump in to do the actual work, whether it's chores or looking after a baby. He may offer tips or quietly expect you to manage things the way he likes, but you'll rarely see him changing diapers or doing dishes without being asked, if at all.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not the type to get into loud arguments just to prove he's right. Instead, when you talk about your side, he'll quietly listen. But he might not really make an effort to understand your feelings deeply. If understanding and deep conversations matter to you, you'll need to guide him gently and patiently.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays respectful and doesn't lash out with harsh words or aggressive actions. He's more likely to go quiet and keep his feelings to himself rather than shout or insult you. However, this also means he might bottle up his feelings, which can leave problems unresolved.
Does he have a bad temper?
He is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He usually stays calm and keeps his emotions in check even when things get tough. This calmness is not a red flag because he doesn't create drama or cause fights.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He isn't quick to blame you or start arguments, but he also finds it hard to openly say sorry and take responsibility. Most of the time, if something goes wrong, he'll quietly step back or avoid the topic rather than talk things through or apologize clearly. You probably won't hear hurtful words, but you may not get the comfort of a real apology either.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he is likely to respect your boundaries and understand that no means no. He is polite and does not want to create disturbances or push too hard, so he will usually listen when you set limits. You won't have to worry about him pressuring you or ignoring what you say.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He is not the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead, he'll likely accept your answer quietly without arguing or making you feel guilty. However, he also may not express his feelings or ask what's really going on, so things might just go unsaid.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He's not the type to use your secrets or intimate moments against you, even during arguments or tough times. While he may not always be warm or deeply emotionally open, he will keep private matters private.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He prefers a steady, predictable life and doesn't go looking for excitement or chase after new relationships. He is not outgoing or adventurous, so he doesn't put himself in situations where he might be tempted.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not overpossessive and rarely acts jealous, controlling, or suspicious. He prefers to keep things calm and doesn't have the urge to check up on you or question your every move. Instead of trying to control you, he mostly minds his own business and likes to avoid drama.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature is not a cover for being controlling. He's more focused on keeping life steady and peaceful rather than managing or restricting your choices. You won't find him setting strict rules or getting upset if you make your own decisions.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the parenting work, even if he doesn't say it outright. He prefers routines and order in the house, but doesn't naturally step up to share the daily tasks with children. If teamwork in parenting is important to you, be ready to guide him and ask directly for what you need.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will stay calm and not lose his temper. He doesn't like drama or shouting and prefers a peaceful home, so he'll handle mistakes quietly, maybe with a serious talk or by stepping back instead of yelling. He may not be warm or comforting, but you don't have to worry about harsh punishments or big scenes.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is likely to respect your role as a mother and quietly let you have space to be your own person as well. He won't pressure you to give up your interests or force you to focus only on the family. You'll have freedom to make your own choices, but may feel a lack of warmth or teamwork.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He is not the type to suddenly ask you to quit your career after having a child. He prefers order and routine, and he usually respects personal boundaries rather than making big demands or changing expectations suddenly. If he is supporting your career now, it's because he genuinely wants things to stay peaceful and doesn't want conflict.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely act polite on the surface when it comes to your parents rather than showing real warmth or building a close bond. He respects manners and avoids conflict, so he will speak kindly and follow proper behavior. But don't expect big gestures or deep affection. He will keep things orderly and respectful during visits or calls, but the relationship may feel formal and distant. He is more likely to quietly stick to his own ways rather than truly adjust to your family or expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly rather than making things worse. He doesn't like messy arguments or yelling, so you won't see him raising his voice or starting fights. Instead, he will probably go quiet or step back from the situation.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to expect you to act more like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives, even if he seems modern or neutral with you at home. He values routines, order, and keeping the peace, so he won't want to upset family customs or create conflict in front of elders. He may not say it openly, but you'll notice these silent rules, and he'll quietly expect you to follow them to avoid making waves.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he will most likely stay out of it rather than clearly supporting you or taking sides. He avoids conflict and prefers keeping things quiet and peaceful, even if it means not standing up for you. Don't expect him to argue on your behalf or challenge his family. He will hope the problem settles on its own.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He's not openly a mummy's boy, but he isn't likely to choose your side in a conflict with his mother either. His main goal is to keep the peace and avoid taking a strong stand, so he will usually stay quiet or try to act neutral if you and his mother disagree. He won't argue with her to defend you, nor will he loudly support her against you. He'll just hope the conflict will fade on its own.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep personal matters private and avoids creating drama by involving others in your relationship problems. You may need to encourage open talks with each other. since he won't run to his family to complain.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with him day in and day out means having stability, order, and predictability, but not much excitement or warmth. He does what needs to be done, keeps things tidy, and avoids big arguments, so life with him is generally calm.